How are we going? Welcome to round 6. We're playing against Edge Bro. Sweet name, love it. Yeah, of course we'll play first. What are you thinking? So this hand is nothing on turn 1. Turn 2, Walking Ballista. Turn 3, Inspector, maybe. Nah. We can do better. Oh, God. If we keep this hand, we'd have to top deck an untapped land to play Heart of Kiran. And that doesn't even guarantee us the mana for the Inspector or the Exemplar. I think this is a mulligan as well, unfortunately. Alright. Turn 1 Inspector, turn 2... No, we're going to bottom that. Inspector's going to give us the artifact for Unlicensed Disintegration. Well, that sucks. Mulliganing to 5. I'm going to play the Foreboding Ruins because that gives us Thalia in turn 3. But we're just not applying anywhere near enough pressure. This is a bad matchup. Alright, I'm going to let our opponent have this one snake. Because we need to play for the upside of our opponent, like, playing something else, then attacking with the snake, and then this allows us to race. There we go. So we could kill the Widening Instructor. Or we could kill the Tireless Tracker. I think those are really our only two options. Because if we crack Clue to play Exemplar, then the Exemplar's bait anyway. So I think we kill the Constrictor and get him for damage. So if they play the Tiles Tracker and start drawing cards, they've already got 5 cards in hand. But our Thalia rumbles with the Constrictor and may not necessarily rumble with the Tracker forever. We can't really fight on the card advantage front by killing the Tracker. But it will threaten to be much larger than Thalia and eventually demand an answer anyway. So let's do it now. And I'll fire it off main phase even though it's against the guy that isn't blocking. Because of Blossoming Defense. Nahiri. Damn it. Alright, so we get to play the Exemplar, play the Inspiring Vantage. I don't know if we're going to crack this Clue or not. Depends how relevant this Exemplar on attacks is going to be. Okay, I'm just gonna go for the +1/+1 counters now. Push the Thalia. Okay, so Exemplar is not going to be good on attacks regardless, so that means we get to crack the Clue. I'm going to play the Heart of Kiran. The plan here is going to be attack in the air for the win. I don't see how we can fight on any other front. We can't attack on the ground. So the plan is Heart of Kiran, block. Well, no. Heart of Kiran, they attack, and then we get to Nahiri and execute the Tiles tracker. I'm just wondering if we want to play out this plains or not. The sooner we get the Heart of Kirin down, the better. And we don't want to tell our opponent we've got this Nahiri in hand. But if our plan is to come down and execute the tracker, we might want to play this plains rather than saving it for the looting. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, mulliganing in a bad matchup against multiple tireless trackers. Wow, okay. Grimflayer, okay. So let's execute the tracker. The 1 loyalty versus 2 loyalty doesn't seem super relevant on this particular board. So I'd rather keep the option of having the Exemplar around. Of course, if our opponent has the 3rd Fatal Push. Yeah. Alright, both teams fought hard. But this draw from our opponent was pretty strong. It's a bad matchup. And this isn't going to get it done. Yuck. Yuck. Nah, there's no draws that we can get out of this. Ugh. Attacking does nothing, so I'm just going to crack this clue right away. Heart of Kirin. What needs to go right for us to win this? Well, we're going to find out. We're not dead next turn. Yeah, well, that one has trample, so I can't do much about that. Probably would have cracked the clue before just to get the information. Ooh, that's exactly the kind of card we needed to see. Well, we might have just gone runner and found a way to win this game. Our opponent has the 4th Fatal Push, or similar. Then we're screwed. Alright, I'll pass. So our opponent's going to slay with everything. We're going to put 1 here, 1 here. We take 9. I guess we'll do this. Blossom in defense, yeah, okay. So we were dead. Yeah, we couldn't beat Blossom in defense one way or another because of the trample. Jeez, I can't believe we almost won that game. Alright, well, our opponent's on the Grimflayer version, but that doesn't really change our sideboarding. So we're going to take that out. Thalia and the Ballistas. Yeah, especially because Ballista is good against the energy guy, but not against Grimplayer necessarily. So we want the Needle Spires, the Fumigates for sure, definitely Sky Whaler's shot, definitely the Flow, definitely the Chandra, Painful Truths. Release the Gremlins. I'm still kind of lukewarm on in this particular kind of strategy. Transgress the Mind is better against Tireless Tracker. I'm going to try Transgress the Mind instead. You can snipe that before it comes down and starts getting value. Yeah, okay. I like this hand. We're going to play an untapped land on turn 2 to play a Heart of Kiran. And we'll keep the Foreboding Ruins in hand because that's one that can be an untapped land under the right circumstances. So we'll go Needle Spires into Courtyard, Kiran into Foreboding Ruins, Scrounger into maybe Painful Truths, Finer Plains, Inspector. So yeah, this actually works out pretty well. There's a Ballista for 1, that's fine. Okay, well, here's our Scrounger to crew the Heart of Kiran. And we also get to play a Thraben Inspector, which is pretty nice. Why not? So, our Inspector can block the Ballista. If they use something like a Blossom in defense to get it through, then it's a different story. But if our opponent wants to race, I'm totally down for that. Let's get this out of here. Rishka? Tiles Tracker, okay. So we definitely want to either kill the tracker or kill our opponent as quickly as possible. So to that end, I'm going to play Scrounger, crew the Kiran, and slay with the Scrounger and the Heart of Kiran. Just because I don't want to fight on this axis, I want to make our opponent think about trading off their Tireless Tracker. No need to attack with the Inspector. If our opponent was on a lot lower life and they were forced to trade, then we could attack with Inspector. But if we attack here, it's just allowing them to eat it for free. Alright, so we've had a pretty good sequence in the first 4 turns, and the last card in our hand is Painful Truths. So it sets us up pretty well as well. Still no attacks for the Ballista. There's a second Ballista on 1. So this is setting up for a really nice Gear Hulk next turn. So I want to leave up red, white, and black, white for Painful Truths and return Scrounger and maybe play something else as well. So let's go white, black, red, Painful Truths. It's Fatal Push for the Grimflayer. Our opponent has shown us Blossom in defense. So I like pushing the Grimflayer. And we can send with Scrounger or Heart. And we might as well send with Heart. We can even attack with the Inspectors as well. Yeah, if our opponent has Gear Hulk next turn, then it's not like our Thraben Inspectors are blocking anything anyway. So yeah, I like this attack. Wow, opponent went to the beginning of combat. I feel like that was a misclick. Nissa tokens? Oh, counters rather? Yep. So Chandra can take care of the Nissa. So it's plus this to kill the Nissa. Use the Heart of Kieran with the Chandra. What do we reveal? I don't know what we revealed. Oh, it must have been this courtyard. Yeah, I want to attack with the Scrounger this turn, so I'm going to crew with Chandra's Loyalty. So opponent can block and then use all the ballistas to shoot the Heart of Kieran. But we're in a pretty commanding spot right now. Huh. Okay. So they still got a 2, which means they're dead to Chandra. So they're dead to the Chandra, tick up. They're dead to both Inspectors if they connect. Dead to the Heart of Kieran. Dead to many things. Alright, that went better than game 1. Yeah, our opponent clearly has a lot of trackers. So I like the Inspector, the push. Scrounge is a little worse if we're on the defense. So we got Inspector, push, Scrounger, which I could see cutting another one off. Heart of Kieran, Flow is great against a Snake or a Grimflayer or anything on turn 2. This is exactly what you want it for. If they don't have that, then Transgress the Mind to take a tracker. We've got lots of removal, we've got sweepers. I could see cutting the Painful Truths on the draw and playing a Release the Gremlins instead to deal with a Gear Hulk. Now, I think I'm going to cut one more Scrounger because I do want to have one Release the Gremlins. Alright, this is a sweet hand. We got removal, we got a sweeper, we got a 1-drop, which we can cycle and then turn 2. Our opponent's mulliganing. Okay. So we can set up this game for a Fumigate. We're going to be behind on board if we play this Painful Truths. So that plays into Fumigate's hands, really. So if we want to play 3-drops, we need to just turning down the music. So if we play Courtyard Crack Clue, then untap, we can't Spire of Industry and cast Unlicensed Disintegration or Painful Truths for full value. So I think we want to Foreboding Ruins and then Courtyard. It means we don't get to use our mana this turn, but it means that our 3-drops are much better and we keep our Artifact in play for our Spire of Industry. The other thing we could do is play Courtyard Crack Clue, and then Spire of Industry leaves up Skywhaler's Shot. And then the turn after that, we still don't have red. Yeah, I think we got to play the Foreboding Ruins this turn. Which is awkward, but I think that's how this is going to play out the best. We get to go Courtyard, Spire of Industry. Oh, wow. So if we play Painful Truths here, we have to discard. So I'm going to pass with the intention of unlicensed disintegrating the Ballista if nothing else comes out. Alright. Wow, our opponent F6 as well, so we got in 3 points of damage. Let's go white, red, black. Painful Truths. We'll play the Spire of Industry, that holds up Fatal Push. And now we get to Nahiri. Yeah, we're just in a fantastic spot right now. The most meaningful thing our opponent could have here is a Natural Obsolescence or a Natural State. So we could play the Heart of Kirin and Scrounger, but that might turn on certain cards in our opponent's hand. The other thing is we probably just want to get our opponent dead as quickly as possible before they get to play the 7 spells that are in their hand. So even though this might turn on certain cards in their hand, I think we just want to be as aggressive as possible and play these out. And they didn't have those cards. So now if we go Nahiri, then we get to crew the Heart of Kirin. Wow, we just got it all. Yeah, this works. Sure. The biggest threats that our opponent could come out with now are bigger than CMC 2. So I'm happy to discard one of these pushes. Find some more pressure, maybe. Alright. Opponent scripts it up. We win the match. And, yeah. Game 1, we mulliganed pretty hard, and that was kind of a free win for our opponent. This game, did they mulligan very much? Yeah, they mulliganed to 6 and kept. So we both got stung by mulligan decisions, and game 2, we were able to eke it out. So we'll see you in round 7. Thanks.